fans of the Steelers edge rusher TJ Watt are very, very angry at me. And I was talking about the NFL Top 100 list. And I said I thought it was silly that TJ Watt was ahead of Jamal Adams on the list. And people got very, very, very mad at me. And I know there's a lot more to it than that. Honestly, I am not entirely sure what I said that was that awful. I don't know. You can go watch the video. It's called Reacting to the NFL Top 100 list. And I don't think it matters what I said, though. I really don't. I think what matters is what I do next. I made a lot of people angry. And I think it's very clear from my stuff that, I think no matter what, it's pretty clear that I was not very informed about TJ Watt. I don't know a lot about TJ Watt. I was talking off the cuff about a silly list. And the reality is that, I got so much hate. Oh, so much hate. And, I can't even say it wasn't justified because I usually do a ton of research before I talk about people. And this was not a scenario where that happens. Now, the point of what I was saying was about Jamal Adams. I was saying that Jamal Adams was ranked too low on the list. I used TJ Watt as an example. I threw out a name. I was looking at lists. I was like, here's a name that I think is maybe, should be lower than Jamal Adams. And I picked a random name. And, oh, boy, I guess I picked wrong because people were very mad. But, as I was talking off the cuff, I did realize, okay, well, I'm not very educated on TJ Watt, honestly. And so I have an announcement to make, an announcement I think will be celebrated, hopefully. I am going to do a film analysis of TJ Watt. I'm going to do a bunch of research. I guess he was a first-team All-Pro. I honestly don't pay very much attention to those awards. All-Pro is voted by media members. The Pro Bowl is kind of silly, too. Like, at one point, Mitchell Trubisky was a Pro Bowler. So, like, the awards like that, I don't care about very much. MVP is interesting because it's a big talking point. And everyone has their own, there's no definition for MVP. So even that's kind of stupid. But I will say, I follow the NFL like no one else. I mean, it's my full-time job to follow sports. And I'm a really, really passionate fan of the NFL. It's my favorite sport. It's my favorite thing in the world. And yet somehow I am very embarrassed to admit, and I hate admitting this, but it is true. I have to own it. I did a self-analyzation, I guess is the word. And I realized, look, I know very little about TJ Watt. And it's embarrassing to say that. I hate that I can say that, but it's true. And I got so much hate for it. And again, the point I was trying to make was that Jamal Adams was too low. And really, my point had nothing to do with TJ Watt. But you can be angry at me all you want. I got no problem with that. I do think the hostility was a little bit uncalled for, but I did not mean any disrespect to Mr. TJ Watt. I got no problem with that. And hey, I want to give him a fair shake because you look at TJ Watt's numbers, and he certainly has very, very impressive statistics. And I don't think stats are everything, but you look at the guy had 4.5 sacks. He had 2 interceptions. He had 8 forced fumbles last year. TJ Watt by himself created 10 turnovers. That is ridiculous. And so I guess apparently, not only is he legit, apparently he was actually in the conversation for NFL Defensive Player of the Year. I have no idea how somehow I didn't know that. And so I cannot take back what I said. For those of you who are super mad at me, I can't take back what I said. But what I can do is watch the film and see what the film says and make a video about it. And that should be fun because I have never covered an edge rusher before. I've never made a video about a defensive end or anybody of that kind of nature. I've never talked about a pass rusher before. I've really only talked about quarterbacks. I've talked about receivers a little bit, and that's it. I do think people overreacted just a little bit, but it's okay. I'll have fun with it. I really, I am so used to getting hate on the internet at this point that I'm like, that's what happens to me. But I do, like, I've made mistakes, and I think this was a mistake where I talked about a player that I was ill-informed about. And I try really hard to do good, high-quality content. I'm very passionate about making a good product that is worth watching and important, and I'm think hopefully known for doing my research. And this was a situation where I didn't do my research, and it was pretty obvious, and I got a lot of hate, and I don't mind the hate. Again, I can take it. But I will say, man, I'm so excited to learn more about TJ Watt. And again, it should be a good time. I have no idea. I still go back to, like, apparently he was a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. Had no idea. Had no idea he was accountable for 10 turnovers last year. That's like most teams don't get. It's just that's insane, right? That's just so cool. And so I as I go into this process, I hope it's clear I have a lot of humility, and I'm wrong about stuff. I get stuff wrong all the time. And I'm just really excited and going to have a good time getting to watch film on TJ Watt and hopefully making a video, and I hope you guys love it. And if you like it and you are the person who hated me and said, I'm unsubscribing, you're an idiot, you're clearly ill-informed, well, I hope you have some compassion for me and realize that I'm a human being who makes mistakes. And that, I hope I'm giving you a video that you like. And if you really do like what I have to say about TJ Watt, even if you don't, I hope you can respect that no matter what I find on film, because I go in with a completely open mind, and if it's bad, it's bad, and if it's good, it's good. I don't know how it could possibly be bad because his statistics are incredible, right? I don't know how I could find on film something negative about TJ Watt and be like, he's bad, because pretty clearly 10 forced turnovers, he's not very bad. I'm rambling now, but my point is I hope you like the video that I'm about to make. It's going to come out sometime, probably the end of the week or maybe next week. But I hope you give me a fair shot. I hope you're not too harsh on me for making a mistake. So I own it, and I have no problem owning my mistakes. I'm a human being, and that's what, when you talk about how many videos, I make like 60 videos a week, some ridiculous number like that. I made 10 on Saturday. When you make that many topics, even so, you're bound to say something dumb. And even a guy like me who covers sports for a living, I can't cover everything. I can't know everything in the world. And I work alone. I don't have a fact checker. I am the fact checker. I am the researcher. I am the writer. I am the editor. I am the audio engineer. I am everything on the show. I do everything for the show. And so I hope you can have a little bit of grace for me. I got a little bit of hate that I thought was uncalled for. And I hope we can have a fun conversation in the future. And I hope that the video I'm about to make about TJ Watt does him justice. It's going to be really fun to do research, and that's all I have. We'll do research on TJ Watt. It'll be great.